Hi guys, in today's video I want to talk about the first 3 Wheel of Time episodes that we just got. And I live in Europe, so I had to stay up really late to binge them, and I decided to film right after them, so it's really early in the morning right now. I might ramble in this video a bit because my ideas are a bit scrambled, but let's get into it. So without going into any of the spoilers, to give you an overall thought, I really enjoyed it. I didn't want to have a lot of expectations because that's how you get hurt when somebody is adapting your favorite series, but I really enjoyed it and I had a blast watching it. I watched it with some of my friends that haven't read the book, and they understood everything that was going on because there's so much information in the Wheel of Time, so they did that really well. And I'm very excited to see what comes next because these are just the first 3 episodes, so things can go really great or very downhill from now, but I wasn't disappointed at all. And now let's get into the spoilers because I really want to talk. I really enjoyed how the actors portrayed the characters and their chemistry. I've seen that in the trailers, we got snippets of it, but I really enjoyed seeing them play out the scenes that they were given. They really felt like Matt and Perrin and Rand and everybody else, and I really like that. I was a bit scared because they're very difficult characters to play, and to also give that friendship that they had before the events start happening. And I really love that. One of my favorite scenes in the whole 3 episodes are when Matt and Perrin are in Shadar Logoth, and Matt gives Perrin a knife that was made by Perrin's wife in the TV show, and it just shows how great of a friendship they have and how well they understand each other. And I just love that little snippet that we got that isn't in the books because Perrin doesn't have a wife in the books. I just really enjoyed seeing them, not necessarily in all the action that happens, but in those slow down moments when you can see how they banter off each other and just being with each other. I'm just jumping from point to point, but another thing that I really liked was the overall feel of the show because of the scenes that we got, the places that were shown to us, Edmund's Field, I think this is called Two Rivers now, and how the production design looks, the costumes, everything looks very authentic and very Wheel of Time-esque. I was a bit scared because I didn't know if the costumes will look like costumes, but they fit really well in the narrative, and especially when taking into consideration Matt's disheveled look, they look very good. And they recreated the Wheel of Time feel to the story, and I love that because people that haven't read the books get to experience that, what we've basically experienced reading the books. The next thing that I really appreciated was the score, and I know some people were a bit put off by the songs as they're being shown to us before the TV show dropped, but I really loved the way they were used in the show. Talking about music, I absolutely adored the moment that Matt starts to sing Weep for Munatherin. I just love that song. It was so good. I almost cried at that scene, so that's one of my favorite scenes in the show. But I just really liked how they incorporated music throughout the 3 episodes, and it just adds another layer to the story. The most controversial thing that I'll be talking about today are the changes, and obviously I've noticed them too. There are a lot of changes, a lot of changes. I've seen on Reddit someone say that the show is not a word for word or scene for scene adaptation of the books, but it is amazing and it does capture the feel of the Wheel of Time and the characters and their chemistry and basically the core of the story. It captures it very well. And I'm not as bothered by the changes so far because they can still steer them in the right direction. And talking about Perrin's wife, I know it's weird. When I first heard the leaked rumor about this, it was just, why? Why would they do that? But I think it just adds a lot of emotional trauma to the character without having to make him go through things for a lot of the story to understand why he's so scared to be violent, or why he's so scared of how big and powerful he is. And that little thing, the fact that he was married and he basically killed his wife, can lead to a basically forming a new type of parent. But I hope they'll dial it back, and it just helps you understand quicker why he's so scared of how much power he has and how bigger than everybody in Edmund's field he is. And it can lead to Perrin becoming a whole other character, which I wouldn't enjoy because I love Perrin as he is in the books. And I hope they just keep him as is, so they won't just completely change the core of Perrin. But I'm not yet scared of this change so far. And also with Matt, I don't mind it as much because I know they made his parents be horrible people, and him being a lot more darker, and him stealing things so he can pay for food and lamps and whatever he needed for his little sisters. And as long as they don't veer off from Matt as a character and don't make him as humorous or banterous as he is in the books, I don't mind it, especially now because we get to see the effects the dagger has on him. I think it suits him very well to be a bit more darker, and I really like Barney's take on the character. It's really well done, and I don't know, I don't mind it as much because I think that in the first books he is a bit more dark, and this just adds a layer to the character very fast so you can get attached to him. And I don't think it's a fundamental change to the character because he still was very funny, he was very adventurous, he was very snarky, very wry, just how Matt is in the books.
Come on, who even knows what the truth is? They say the last dragon broke the world, but the next one will save it.
Well, I heard the dragon's gonna have wings. Looking around at you lot, I don't see a feather.
And I don't think any of the characters had such a huge change that it can potentially lead to something horrible. It always can, but thus far I don't think the changes that were made are so bad. And I'm very positive still for the episodes to come. A change that I really appreciated was how menacing the White Cloaks come across in the show, because while reading the books I wasn't necessarily all the time scared of them, and I really like it because we get to see them hurt Aes Sedai. Not that I like seeing Aes Sedai being hurt, but it just shows you how far they're willing to go to protect their moral ideas, and I like that. I like that you can see that they're not to mess around with. And the last thing that I want to talk about is Logain. I really loved him. I love that he was introduced to the show a lot quicker than in the books, and I love that the last episode, the third episode, ends with him looking at Moraine. And I just love how menacing he looks, and I cannot wait to see more of Logain and how his story develops in the show. So these are my overall thoughts on first viewing of the 3 episodes of The Wheel of Time. I really enjoyed them. If you guys have any other opinions, or if you've seen something that I've missed, which surely has happened, let me know in the comments below. And I really want to know what you guys think. I was very scared and I had my expectations lowered because I didn't want to be heartbroken that the series wouldn't go well, but I'm very pleasantly surprised and I cannot wait to see what you guys think. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!